Watch closely, because this isn't just a bunch of watches. This is one full month of flea market hunting. All of this, I bought in just 1 month. And honestly, this isn't even everything. At this point, I don't even track it properly. I come back from the flea market, grab all the bags, and just throw them into one big pile. That's it. I've got bags sitting from last year, some on the balcony, some in storage, that I haven't opened in years. And honestly, I'm a little scared to see what's inside. You want me to open those in a future video? But today, this is the main batch, what I picked up this month. And here's the reality. Buying watches is easy. Restoring them? That's the hard part. Polishing a case? Quick. Fixing a movement? I can't do that myself. I send them to watchmakers. And that's where things get complicated. Good watchmakers are hard to find, and the good ones charge $80, sometimes $100. So now the question is, where's the business in that? If repair costs more than the watch itself? That's why every buy is a risk. Take this Tissot, for example. Perfect case, quick polish, ready to sell. Same with this Olma. I don't even remember what I paid, maybe $40 or $50. If you saw that video, let me know. But here, just clean it up, fix the strap, and it's ready. Citizen Elegance, same story. Working, just needs a clean finish. Now, biggest disappointment of the month, Rado. I really thought it was original. I had no experience with Rado before, didn't know what to look for. Paid $25, thinking I found something special. Nope, fake. And that's the moment that hits, because you want it to be real. Next one, Festina. Looks nice, but a lot of work. Stones, polishing, maybe new glass. And I'm still not sure. Is it even worth the time? Now these, pocket watches. Silver. I never used to buy these, but silver prices went up, so now it's a different game. Honestly, some of these might just go for the metal. And now, something different. This is a military watch. Think about that. Over 80 years old. And here's the crazy part. I gave 10 movements to a watchmaker. He only fixed 2. That's the reality. These can be valuable, but restoring them, almost impossible. Now look at this, Helvetia. Very similar design. There's actually a theory that Soviet watches were inspired by models like this. So what you're holding is not just a watch, it's history. Then we've got a mix: Orient, Seiko, Citizen. Beautiful dials. But again, polish, glass, work. These right here, Dead Quartz Citizen, Dead Seiko, and honestly, these destroyed watches are my favorite, because that's where you can create something new. I'll show you later what I turn them into. Orient tank, working, nice find. Casio from the 80s, interesting piece. These Garo watches, I ignored them at first, then ended up buying them in 2 different cities, both for $5. And that's another thing. Sometimes you hesitate, then realize later. Here's a dial with the Ukrainian flag. Here's a rare Komandirsky, Odessa Military Institute. First time I've ever seen this. 2 Raketa Copernicus models, very interesting, and actually cheap. Then the classics, Slava, Amphibia, Pobeda. Ladies' watches, bracelet styles. And when you look at all of this, you realize something. This isn't just watches, it's decisions, risks, some wins, some mistakes. And the most interesting part? I still don't know if I'm in profit or loss. What do you think? Did I make money or lose it? Drop it in the comments. And if you want, next video, I'll show you what actually sold and for how much. That's where the real story begins. See you in the next one.